Um, hey, it's Dave. I just wanted to make a tutorial on officers. There'd been a lot of requests on those, so I thought I'd make a tutorial based on your requests. So this is my level 20 server 126, and let's just show you my officers as they currently stand. So your officer slots, the second slot here, the second slot here, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth slot. They're unlocked at your commander levels. So if you go into the My Info section, your commander level is here. Um, so just to bring you back to the top on top left hand side, I'm currently commander level 28. So at commander level 30, I'll unlock this additional slot. I'll unlock this additional slot here. So just if you're wondering how to unlock those, that's how you unlock them. So I'm not going to do the tutorial on my level 20 account. I have a level 26 account that I've had for the last year approximately. So I think it might be more beneficial to do it on that account, just because then you'll see the bigger officers, various different things. So let's pop over to my info account, switch account. Let's go straight into my Facebook account, and let's pop you over to my level 26 Tor account in World 43. Alright, so now we're over in World 43. This is my level 26 count. Just collect the dailies as they come up. So, worth noting as well, because I'm going to show you how to get hero fragments as much as you can. So, in your embassy, little gift icon appears on the top. When it's ready to be collected, you press that and you just collect all your gifts that are there. So I got 15 Z coins from that gentleman. Um, so, right, let's talk about officers first and do the fragments at the end. So these are my officers on 43. So let's talk about my director section first. So my director section, here you have officers that gather, increase your research speed, and do construction. Piece of advice, see these green fragments? Just sell them. They're not of worth to anyone. You're going to be using blue and purples. So don't even worry about the green ones, and I'll show you how to sell those in a minute. Right, so let's say I want to build. This is the way I would do this. So let's just choose something. Let's choose this level, let's see, level 23 camp. Let's say we're going to upgrade it. So the current build time on this is 3 days. If you equip your officers, if you equip your building officers, and let's go ahead and do that. So let's remove those. Let's equip construction there and there. So you've your two, you've your blue and your purple. Right, so now let's go to the factory and let's see what it is. Right, it's gone from 2 days to 3 days to 2 days, 16 hours. So that's knocked a good 8 hours off my build time. That's quite a bit, really. Now, if I've, as soon as I build, so let's go ahead and set this to build. So as soon as I build that, I can remove those, because the build has started, so I don't need to keep those on, so I can remove those. And now let's say I'm going to do some research. So I go over to my academy and I'll go to research, and let's do some military. Let's do melee weapons. So my melee weapons here will take 1 day and 27 minutes. So I can go over here and pop my research section on. So my research is 13% plus 8%, that's 20% boost. So let's see, research, military, melee weapons, that's gone to 20 hours. So that's knocked 4 hours off my build time there. I'm not going to set this to build, but the same again as soon as, research, but the same again as soon as you've started researching, go back to officers and take them off. You don't need to keep them on. The only one of these that you consistently have to keep on is your gathering. So while you're gathering, you've got to keep those on, because as soon as you take them off, you stop the gathering speed bonus. Now, something I want to show you here is an extra way of doing this if you're farming or if you're using this. So your load level. So just because I've said it that ginger has a load level, but you can change that. So that's 1.9% increase on your capacity of your load. So if we go here, let's set ginger first. No, let's not set ginger first. Let's go to my farm. Right, so my max is 2.3 million and it's 135,000 troops. Oops. So 135,000 troops. As soon as I set ginger, she can be set, and as soon as you set off, you can remove her. She's brought it down to 130,000 for the exact same quantity. It means everything can carry just a little bit more. As soon as you set off there, 65 away. I'm better off doing this here. So let's do 240,000. Let's set that off. Let's speed that up because it's a video and I can't be bothered waiting. So it'll be there in 20 seconds. And let's see this. So that's just arrived. That's going to be 4 hours and 2 minutes processing the food. 2 hours and 4 minutes. So if we put on our speed up, so we appoint the resource gathering speed and another resource gathering speed. Let's have a look. Right, so we've got 2 hours and 4 hours, 2 minutes. Recall. Gather. And I'll just pause the video until I get back there. So my gathering troops are just about to arrive. So that has knocked a little bit off. It's 3 hours and 53 minutes. Not so much here that you notice it, but if you're gathering from a farm, you would notice that quite a bit. So that's the resource gathering speed. Now what I've done with this is I've added mineral gathering to both of their secondaries. And I'll show you what that does in a moment. Well, I'll show you how to get the second slot in a moment. But that adds pretty much another 10% to gathering minerals. So that really does boost it quite nicely. So to get that second slot there, you have to get enough to star up, which initially for star 2 is 4 fragments per level. And then for star 3 is 12 fragments per level, and it just keeps going. So that's the director section. Now going to strategy. Strategy. So the strategy. I have a few builds here. I have an offline build and I have an online build. So my offline build is always my wounded, my maximum wounded. So my maximum wounded here is currently coming in at 22% additional. So just to show you that, to remove them, this is what the officers do. If I go to my fleet army, my base hospital is 174,000. That's with a hospital level of 25, and that's with additional level 23 medic stations. So just to show you again, that's 174,000. If I put the medic officers in, that pops up to max wounded and max wounded. So we were 174,000, we are now 206,000. So a boost of an additional 30,000 units, which is a nice bit of defense to keep at home. So yeah, not a bad boost there. So that's my offline build on strategy. Something you'll also notice is that I have my fuel on both of those, because fuel is something that is going to take a while to build back and while you're offline. So that gives me an additional 6.3% build on fuel recuperation, which is good then for when I'm hitting my monsters. So I've come back online. First thing I do is I take these two off. So am I recruiting? So let's do a recruitment. So if I go over here to my level 26 and I recruit some tanks, let's recruit death tanks. So death tanks, 248 death tanks will take 1 day and 4 hours. So let's go and pop my recruitment speed on. So my recruitment speed is 10% on Lorraine, and it is an additional 5% with Sergeant. And you have these little skills here. Recruit a single unit maximum of 58.2 and 39. So instead of recruiting I recruit a slightly larger number. So 267 I'm going to recruit there, as opposed to let's have a look what it was without. So 267 versus 248. So I'm actually recruiting an additional like 20 units, and that's what's popping so I'm recruiting an additional 20 units at more or less exactly the same time, because to recruit 1 unit 6 minutes, so to recruit 20 units will be almost 2 hours. 2 hours to recruit the additional units, but I'm getting them pretty much exactly the same time for all the additional units. So that's a pretty nice thing to pop on just when you're doing your recruitment. Let's go to factory, recruit. There you go. So it's 2 minutes extra for 18 units. So you can see the saving there on time. So let's recruit those. Right, so that was that. So I've recruited those. Now I can take those off because they don't need to stay on the recruitments happening. So now I'm going to either attack or hit monsters or whatever I'm going to do. So that goes to my max fleet. So my max fleet there with the Godfather and Manger Morgan comes in at about 11% maximum speed fleet. So I've also popped these skills on. So this is monster attack speed of almost like 4.5% and XP from monsters of 4.06%. So with them, I have a maximum fleet number of 143,000. Without them, my maximum fleet number is, I will tell you now, 129,000. So quite a nice boost there, and that's the kind of thing that would let you attack a larger monster, or would make the difference when attacking a Rex, or when you're attacking another player. That boost would really give you a helping hand. So they're my strategy plays. Again, don't keep the greens. They're not really worth anything, and I will show you how to get rid of them because your combos need to be purple and blue. So your welfare. So you have attacking and defending welfare. So worth noting that if it specifically says about attacking, if it specifically says about defending, don't equip them and go on attack. You don't get the buffs. The same though if it specifically says about attacking, don't equip them and defend. Your buffs are better for attacking generally. So that's why when you're playing Elite Wars or Doom, you'll be asked to attack an enemy rather than just sit there and defend. Your buffs are better at attacking. So what do we have here? We have Eon. She gives a melee troop attack, defense, and HP bonus of 13.4 at my level, and I have popped a long range attack of 6.4 because you really do want to get those long range attacks up, because you mainly put frontline troops out with long range attacks. The next one we have is Tifa. She has a 9% attack bonus, not defense. So long range troops, HP and attack of 1.3. There's no point in me putting a defensive bonus on there when she's only going to be used for attacking. Panda, attack and HP 9%. Zeus, he does a damage increase of 5% against all the troop types. And Alexandria, who does damage taken from troops, is 5% less, pretty much 5%. Let's get that up to 5%. Yeah, well, more or less. So if you attach Zeus and Alexandria together, you get pretty much a 10% difference. 5% in attacking and minus 5% from troops. So they work very well together. You also have Stormbow, who gives all troops defense. So if you were logging off for the night, for example, you would pop this guy on, you would pop this guy on, Kingsley. So that would give you your defensive. That's also defense, so melee attack defense. So that pop her on. So you can see where I'm going there with the defense. Generally would be your defensive moves. Personally, when I'm attacking, don't have this guy on. Don't have this on. I would have troops attack, siege army, Zeus, and then it's like I have a habit of using this lady because I have her very enhanced. She's adding 7, but she also does city guards, which is the wrong thing to put on this person. And the defense, wrong thing to put on this person if she's an attack boost. So you can see there where putting the wrong item may be a bad idea. You would be better putting mid-range attack, removing the defense. Yeah, just remove that. Pop on another attack. So long range expert, that's you would add that. Remove city guard, and then you would pop something else in there that would be attack. So that's what you would do with her, just to give you an idea of setting up badly. So attack would, then you would keep all the attacks together. So that's that. As it stands, they're the basic officer setup. Now, how do you get the purple ones? That's the big thing here. So there's a few ways of getting them. Elite recruitment order fragments. Not to be too obvious, but you have the shop. Let's try to avoid spending money because that's what AOZ want, and no one wants to spend money. So remember I was saying about my my alliance embassy, your daily gifts. Collect those and build them up. Selling the green ones because you don't really need them, because if you're using blue and purple, so we'll go to the exchange store and we'll sell. And you see here I have no greens. If you're not farming particular, sell your farming stuff. So just to give you an example and show you, I am now up to like 14,000. I wouldn't sell your attacking stuff, they are useful. I already have maximum on my minerals, so I'm not going to be getting any more of those. Tax sell, I don't pay tax. I use my farms. Load fragment, again, already done. Fuel, I've 2 of them. I'm only ever going to use the 2. Rapid fleet, so when attacking monsters, that's handy, as well as comprehension, just in case I decide to go down that road. Draft, I already have maximum. I already have 2 fused together. Reinforcements, so that's that. Now I'm going to buy, and there's nothing there I really want. My doctor, he's just research, and butterfly I'm not using, so you just refresh here. Refresh it. There we go. So Brave Star and Aelon. So let's buy her. Let's buy Brave Star. Okay, so I'm not going to buy Medici. Let's refresh. It costs 20 now, okay, guys? So we have another Tifa, so let's buy her. F Medici, building speed. No, I'm going to hold it. You can just go down and see what you have. I have 10 of those. 6 of those. I have 4 of those. So let's go and just refresh it. Jess is gathering, so just refresh it. Recruitment speed, yeah, buy her. See here, I'm getting down now. This isn't something that's very long-term practical, just because you'll run out of Z coins. Z coins don't come as fast as the black market, and I'll show you in a moment. So let's see if there's anything that I can upgrade there, just to show you. Recruit officers. So learning skills, no. I want star up, so keep going down. No, so there's nothing I can do right now. This lady needs 12. I'm not even close. Brave Star, how many does he need? He needs 12. Lauren needs 12. She's 8. So let's say we've exhausted this option down here. We're going to go up here. We're going to go to the merchant docks and black market. So there's nothing here that's relevant to me. I've already sold. I'm not going to exchange. So I'm going to refresh it. Yes. Okay, Elite Teleport. I'm not going to buy that on this account, because I'm going to save my gold to show you. Sell. Always sell. That helps you get your cash up on the corner. Exchange. Yeah, oil for steel is always good. Now, let's refresh again. Alright, so what do we have? Again, nothing of massive use. You don't have to refresh. These refresh automatically every 8 hours. You could just wait. There's no hassles. Let's sell again. Let's check the exchange. Yeah, recruitment's always better than research, I think. Don't want the fuel. Not at the moment, just for demonstration purposes. But I'd usually buy the fuel for monster attacks and events. So let's refresh. Not getting a massive amount here, are we? Let's keep selling. Yeah, that's worth it for me. Let's refresh again. Alright, so we have a hero fragment. Let's buy that. Fuel again, I would have bought that. Commander XP, depends on what mood I'm in. Let's sell those. And let's refresh again. Right, so we have VIP bonus. I'd buy that. Personally, I always do VIP. I'm buying fuel. Sell again. Let's exchange. No, I'm not going to exchange that. Let's refresh. Cost 100 gold now. See, the gold is going up every time you do it. After 8 hours, that resets back to 20. Officer XP, that's not a bad purchase. But for the sake of this, we won't. Just for demo purposes. Refresh again. So we're not getting many hero XP there. VIP 8 hours, not a bad thing to do. The other way then of getting hero fragments is to ruins. So to explore, and it is the capital capture. I am on level 9 Royal Zombie, and we will hit that. So one of every troop, a lot of front line, a lot of back line. As gone through in other tutorials, I'll tell you what the problem is. I don't think I have, there we go, I didn't have max fleet, so let's do that again. So backline, 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 front line, and then a little bit of everything else. One of everything else just to slow things down. And what you should really do is have some shielders in there. You should have maybe 100 shielders. So that's fine by me. I have a little bit more space, so let's bump this up a little bit. Got a 43,000. It's always a pain. I'll set this next time. Alright, save that. And let's attack with them. So I'm just going to pause this. And we're just resuming because we're about to arrive. Let's see what I got. I got Officer XP and I got Officer XP, so I didn't get any recruitment fragments this time. Hero fragments. So that's pretty much that. So you can get your hero fragments from here. You can get your hero fragments from here. Or, well, you get your hero fragments directly. Or you can, let's refresh that. There we go. Brave Star, Stormbow. So that's the defense. I want my wounded limit to go up, so I'll buy that. And you just keep doing that and it builds up quite quickly. It's not too bad. There you go, there's another hero fragment. As I said, it's not worth the 100 gold I paid to get the hero fragment. You can just wait 8 hours, refresh for 10 gold when it comes up. Let's open the hero fragment. So I have 2 of them. So I've gotten a Kingsley and I've gotten a Ginger. Ginger you could sell if you're happy with the level she's at, and just focus on those. So let's say I decided I didn't want Ginger. I could just go back here, exchange her, and sell her. So I'd get 8,000 from just Ginger fragments alone. Although I think I'm on a final star with her. Let's have a look. Ginger. Yeah, I'm not that far away, so level 24 fragments. So it's at this stage of the game, I'd be happy to scrap her, and get the points for her to get my skills up. But that's pretty much what you do, just to keep bringing it up. Yeah, that's pretty much what you do. Your officer XP here, because we're talking about officer fragments. In your infinite zombies exchange store, you can get officer XP down here. You can get 5 per day for 1,000. That's 5,000 to level up. Which reminds me, I haven't talked about leveling up. I've talked about skills, which you press and you go to officer skills, and they're all here, and you can fuse them. If you fuse them, you don't get to sell them. So raid, I have a full one.